The problem we have is this, that we could send part of an order. So some of these items for a particular order code, they could go to a different destination. So the customer, instead of just having one address, can have more than one address. So they could send some to one place, some to one place, to another place, but they're all part of the same order. So what we need to do is, for each customer, we need to create a series of addresses. So one customer can have many addresses. So we actually need another table just for the addresses. Okay, but it needs to link to the customer table. So I'm going to call this one customer address. Okay, so we work out what the primary key is for the in a minute. It can't be customer. So inside there we want to take out the address details, so the address and postcode. So in this table we lose the address and the postcode. Okay, but they still appear in here. So we need to know the company, the address and the postcode. In this table we lose the contact number. Okay, but now we need to have some way of relating this to here. But we've got primary key here, company, and then we got many addresses here. So this could be a foreign key. Okay, so we could relate and say company to here is one to many, or so addresses. So each company has more than one address. Okay, but all three together would have to be the unique key. Okay, so in customer address. So it's a foreign key as well, yes, but that's a primary key. It's a composite key again. That's a primary key, and that's a primary key. Okay, so you can't have, okay, all of these are primaries together, so we can't have another record in there which has got the same company, same address and same postcode. Now somehow we need to then link those to each ordered item. Now I think it would be a bit cumbersome to use that composite key to put into here, so we've got to add another 3 fields. So instead of doing that, let's add another key here as a unique identifier. So let's add into here, let's call it address ID, or address, let's follow the same things as we've done before, address code. So I'm going to take these out. I'm going to say these are not primary keys. This is a foreign key, so that links me back to my company. So there, and I'm going to make this the primary key here. Okay, so address code is now the primary key. So that will uniquely identify a company's address. So there, and then into here we can add the address ID or the address code, and that will be a foreign key in here. Okay, so there's some link now from here. Oops, I don't want to pick it up. I want to make a link from there to there. Okay, so the customer address is now linked to each item. So if I want an order which has been sent to 3 different places, so some of them will have one address ID, some of them will have another address ID, and some of them will have another address ID. Now we ought to think about a default. What's the default one? So if we write some software, rather than having to select it, we can just pick a default one. So it might be that we add another field here, and let's call it default, and that'll be a boolean. Okay, so we can have that true or false. Control B. Okay, so now I've tidied that up. I think that's now properly third normal form. Okay, because we've got the addresses dealt with, and we've got customer address, customer order, and we're working it through that.